So we have restarted. The last word again in the distance is a witch. Call a witch so that you can discern what is going on. So this school, if that's the first person that I encounter moving past here, is shrouded in witchcraft. Again, in the last video, so 33 just drove past, which is the Lord, and the Lord says He is here. That is the last word that I spoke about, which was Kuro. There is a Kuro Academy here in South Africa. Speaking about witchcraft, this is witchcraft. And again, children that go here, their souls are probably being taken, but as long as they're alive, salvation can still find them eventually. Something about this driveway and this car now coming out from there, something is not right there. Kuro is like this, but more a franchise. So these Kuro schools are popping up everywhere here in South Africa. And the spirit behind the school is very dangerous, to say the very least. Very dangerous. 66. So the Lord is here, but the devil is here also. So I need to avoid the devil. Avoid the devil and come to the Lord. Avoid the devil and come to the Lord. Sarne Mandro. Children in transit. So the schools, speaking about that woman rubbed her nose again, so something is, when people touch their faces, trip, move in a certain way, sneeze, cough, whatever the case may be, more often than not, it means there's something or someone that is around. So just take note of that. Again, it could be something simple as the nose is itchy, but if I'm in the spirit and I see you do that, I'm gonna take note of it. So something is here. Something is here, and there's a beast inside of this place here. It's a furniture shop. It's a furniture shop. BMW, woman in green. It is a furniture shop, but it is also, and there's smoke coming on top of it. I don't know why there would be smoke coming from this building. There's a gentleman in a red shirt and a red cap coming towards me here. I'm gonna go down or straight. Now let me go down. Woman in orange, doesn't seem like anything significant there. There's a church here as well, strangely enough. Pastor Andre. You know that name Andre has been coming up in the spirit. There's a video I released on Instagram, and Andre kept coming up. Andre. This place is so dry. I wonder what kind of church this is. But it became a tongue. And by the way, even the person that came to fix the screen, how can I be more like Jesus? Opening Jan's already opened, I should imagine. Email address. And there's a bird flying in the distance just behind the church. So there is a spirit. Pastor Andre Henning, there's a spirit here. Just as there's a spirit here. And even in this cell phone tower, there's a spirit there. But they are well hidden. So it's here, I can sense it's here, and I know it's here, but How it manifests, I'm not sure. There's a girl selling sweets at the corner there, so like a candy shop. And there's 2 kids in white, 96, Junior. So Junior tells me that it's in the children. The spirits or spirit is in the children. So that scene reminds me about the Hansel and Gretel word we spoke about, the candy shop. And that's probably why this word has to do more with the schools. That's because these schools are becoming, okay, the one in yellow is well hidden, so she covers herself well. But the lady in red, so yellow again, the man is wearing yellow, the child is wearing white, which is significant to what is happening at the corner here, as it's just mirroring for God to confirm. So a woman in white, 7 kids in wearing, sorry, you know what I mean. My words are getting mumbled and mixed up. But this one in the red is not even trying to, her spirit is not trying to hide what she does. In the natural, nothing. There is a dust storm here. You can see that's a, so there is definitely something manifesting here. There was a dust storm or dust hurricane or whatever you want to call it. They just picked up. To me, it is a sign. Something is afoot. Another white car has just parked here now. It's got a dent, which means accident. So that woman, in the spirit, because the spirit is not hiding, causes accidents. And as you can see, she is very close to a busy intersection. So she is in witchcraft. I can pretty much confirm that. It's just a case of what kind of witchcraft and how it manifests. So again, this is a busy intersection, so I would imagine it is something to do with it. But again, more than that, this place, this warehouse, is the main one I'm trying to find its source. Trying to find its source. If you're looking for a sign, here it is. It's almost like God's sense of humor. So I'm looking for a sign or for a source. And there is a sign ahead of me that says, if you're looking for a sign, here it is. These palm trees are out of place. Obviously, they've been put here. Eventually, this place will be more lush than it looks now. Right now, it's like a desert with palm trees. But eventually, because they're still building this place up, it's going to eventually look like an oasis in the natural. But in the spiritual, this is what it's supposed to really look like and what it is like. But it's going to get covered up and made to look more attractive. Which is what the devil does. He covers things up. Tire, this one has been crushed. Speaking about the cars, it's just a reminder about the words that I'm speaking of on accidents. My spirit is being dragged towards this thing now, so it's dragging me. So there's now something that has woken up inside that is beginning to react. So that is the spirit I was looking for. I just need to find out how big it is and how much I need to do. There is a plane flying in the distance on that side somewhere. And this is the one I was saying, if you're looking for a sign, here it is. That's the sign I'm looking for, I suppose. So this place, I need to deal with the spirit. I'm trying to figure out what kind of a spirit it is and what I can or should do about it. what I can or should do about it. Sarai, I'm just going to walk past it for now because I haven't received any word or any confirmation. Besides that, maybe that's a word in itself. But I'm just looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for yet. But I'm looking for something. This one is turned over. Let's see what it says. This one is a bigger one than the one that we picked up earlier. Plus size clothing. Hill Fox. Plus size clothing. Yellow and blue on show daily 9 to 5. Credla Estate. Nothing really significant there. There's an orange car that's just passing now. No number plate yet, which means it's new. We are this white means there was a sewage. Because remember I said earlier that I feel like I'm walking in sewage. I said in brown stuff, but I didn't want to say what it was. That was in that direction there somewhere. So now that I've come here, this is just what I was referring to. So technically, obviously it's dry now, but all of this stuff here is sewage. So that's just confirming what was happening to me earlier on in the spiritual, that the place I was walking by is sewage. So I'm at the right place. I just need to figure out what it is that I'm missing. I'm missing something. I'm hearing almost like a David and Goliath. I still have the rock that I picked up earlier when that car drove past it. And it's still in my hand. And I'm hearing now David versus Goliath. So all of these spirits that we've been... There's a spirit speaking to me now. That we have been... Nomsa 35. Large territorial spirits, so almost like giant spirits. Two red cars close Saramba. Alright, there's a word on clothes that I spoke about earlier in one of my videos. I forgot what I titled it. But I was saying even in the clothing that you wear, likewise with the food, likewise with the cars that you drive, these are all spirits. So you need to figure out the intent of the people behind the companies, the investors, the people. All of that matters. There's a meaning. Oh, okay, I'm being tossed around here, so I can't stay here for long. Don't dunk and drive. Fire, 50, red. I'm trying to figure out the pattern. There's two. Oh. I'm getting a bit dizzy now. getting a bit dizzy. This tree that I'm moving towards here, and I'm gonna pause for a little while because my stomach is beginning to turn. So even though the warehouse is there in the distance and plus size, and probably that's why that sign the plus size, which means larger than life, somewhat. I'm not trying to make a comment about people who are plus size, but that word speaking about giants is just a confirmation of what I'm dealing with. Let me move back a little bit because now the sign is making a little bit more sense to me now. So I'm moving back towards the sign because now it is being revealed to me. And I'm moving away from that tree in the distance because there is a spirit there. There is witchcraft there. Manifestation of it. I don't know, I can't think now for some reason. Anyway, so it says eagle on top, which means the spirit is up in the sky. Turkey or turnkey is coming up again. And the place is called Hill Fox. So a hill is a hill, which is a mountain. Fox is a spirit. In the Japanese region, they think of it as a spirit of sort, a spirit animal. And the eagle, again, is also a very large predatory bird. Also considered a spirit animal to some, to many. So spirit animals, and I have been seeing totems this week. So I'm dealing with a giant spirit that is on top of a mountain that is just above it in the sky. That is my interpretation of that. And something just hit me here. Just hit me in the head. Something just flew towards me and hit me. Which, again, if you remember David and the Goliath, the stone was propelled towards its head. And when it hit, so I need to propel this stone somewhere, but I'm going to use words in the spirit. In today's age, we fight with words and we fight with spirits more than the physical. Even though the physical can sometimes manifest. Okay, now, originally the tree that was manifesting is that one, but this one now is beginning to awaken. And that almost feels like what this word is, which is security. So now this spirit, there's a spirit in this tree or behind the tree or on the tree, is waking up in defense of the witch or the witchcraft spirit that I'm approaching in the tree. I don't know why they love trees so much. It's just how they tend to manifest. And there is, okay, I spoke about this tree, and just beneath the tree, again, just got confirming, is the dragon. But as you can see, the dragon, it's impressive from the bottom up, isn't it? It does look like a giant. It does look like a giant. But as well, just beneath the tree is a crushed dragon. So God has already taken care of that spirit. I don't need to deal with it. So I just need to approach the witch, which is behind this tree, or represented by this tree. The witch. I'm moving slowly towards it. I haven't started to pray yet. Arambre Sora. Sembo Syria. I think I had a vision about Syria at some point, because that word, okay, now the house there is beginning to see me. That house. just woke up. The tree is still here. Syria came up. There is a label just over there, if we get there, of a Coca-Cola. So which means the spirit, and now there's a spirit that is following me from behind. There's a man on the bike with a red cap, and I think we've seen how the red cap incidents work, and the red car that just passed him now. So even though this is a lonely tree out in the middle of nowhere by itself, in the spirit, there's significance here. It is not just a tree. It is not just a tree. So I'm going to use this red truck. There's a red Mercedes G-Wagon, so very pricey, and a red truck behind it. And I'm going to use that as my stepping forward sign. The Coca-Cola at the corner. I'm going to ignore that. And as you can see, beneath the tree are dragons, if you will. They're just cans, I know. But there is a red, scarlet red item of clothing here. There is one crushed dragon, a second crushed dragon, a third crushed dragon, and the red ribbon just beneath the tree. So something or someone has already begun its work here. I believe this is from, let me just see. No, that's the natural bark, but it looks like it's been burnt already. It almost looks as if it's been on fire. It looks like the bark has been on fire, so that is the bark, the tree. I'm moving away from it now because I just detected that the spirit or the witch is actually on top of it. So towards the top of the tree is where the spirit is hiding, and it's a heavy spirit. It is a very heavy spirit, and I believe the house that is manifesting it is that one. 18 gateways. Man on a yellow motorbike. So this house then there, red taxi or transportation, is the transportation hub, if you will, since that speaks about transportation. So, Sarnem Brodevo, I have seen, Lord, it shall be revealed. I have seen, it shall be revealed. I just tripped on something. Maybe I can find, there's a rock here, a hidden rock. So these things, even though they are evident to someone like me, they are evident, but to someone who's in the natural might not be able to detect these things, but they are there. They are there. I feel like I'm walking in death now. Now I'm feeling the effect of it because it feels like the spider webs all over me. So it's a trap. It's a trap, it's a trap, it's a trap. I don't know whether I'm speaking about the tree or the house, but perhaps a combination of both. It's a trap. It is a trap, it is a trap. But I have revealed it, so the Lord must now find a way to deal with it. Perhaps I'll pray about it. Sandre Faroa. And God is asking me, what did David do with a giant after he knocked it down? And the answer to that is, he cut its head off. He cut its head off. So that is what God is saying. There's a white butterfly here now. The witch or the spirit behind that spirit is going to suffer a similar fate. Is going to suffer a similar fate where its head is going to be cut off. Strangely enough, though, the spirit, I won't describe it because it won't make sense right now, but it is well. Ferai is embrade. It is well, it is well, it is well. It is well. So that was witchcraft. We are still in our God state to some extent. I'm still building on the word from whenever I release that word, your God state. You need to understand God, and you need to understand God inside of you. You need to understand God for who He is first, and then you need to understand who He is inside of you and what it is that you are assigned to do. All these things I'm showing you may not necessarily be your signs, but they would be similar. Somewhere there's a place where evil or witchcraft or demons are just trapped, which means I'm in a different atmosphere here now as well. And there's a hole there which speaks about burial, and this path has got blackjacks now, which means things are about to attach themselves to me. And I've just brushed past it, and there's a lizard. Oh, there is evil somewhere, whether in your community, in the schools that your children go to, and there's a wire, a brown wire, sticking out here. So something is here. Saraya. Wherever you are, there is something that you are positioned to deal with. There is something that there's a spirit here that is moving about. It looks like a person, but it is not. I'm gonna go through the thick, you know how I travel by now. If the path, and there is a path here, is like this, it means something moves in these places, in these spaces. Oh, Samara. Woo. If there are snakes here, I'll be in trouble because I cannot see past these. Oh. Anyways, there's something that you need to deal with, that you are capable of doing. And again, David was trained away from giants with lions and bears and protecting his sheep. But by the time, there's another hole here, which means different kind of traps, and there's a cat. There's a cat-like spirit that is moving around you, and I'm going to walk straight through it. Round about here, there's a cat-like spirit, and there's another hole here, and it's inside of me now. It's fine, it's attached the same way those blackjacks attach themselves to me. This spirit just attached itself to me. So again, if you don't discern these things, you walk past them and you'll go home and you get sick, or you'll feel tired, or you'll feel drained, or you'll have nightmares, or something will be having intercourse with you as you sleep, and you'll wonder, where did that come from? And you'll think it's just natural, that either you're overworked or stressed out or whatever. But the reality is there is a spirit there that is causing all those things. Same with work. If you go to work and work is stressing you and this and that, and you're coming home sick and all of these lovely things, yes, there may be the physical manifestation of it, which is the work or the place or the people that stress you out. But more than that, there's actually a spirit about it. There's a spirit that is attaching itself to the workplace, the people there, your bosses. It might even be the work that you do. It is attracting some kind of spirits. And that's what you're dealing with more, the spirits more than the effects. It's really thick now here. Oh, things have intensified. The path is Ooh, I don't think I have walked past or through. Oh my goodness. But again, there's a path there, which means something or someone uses this path. So, woo! My goodness. My. Oh my.